Hi Sagittarius, I'm Mary Intuitive. Welcome to your monthly reading for the month of July 2015. So before we get on to your reading, using the Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine Angel Tarot cards, there's this theme coming up, a couple of themes coming up. One of them is to do with dreams, like this card is the Dreamer, Archangel Metatron. Also thought of, can be linked to the Fool, I guess, or have links to the Fool card in the original tarot deck. There's this theme of things being completed and that you're back on the road again, right? And also there's a really strong theme of past lives coming up, because I just keep hearing past lives. And Archangel Haniel is showing up as well, and this Archangel has showed up for a couple of other readings as well. A couple of the other signs as well. And, one of the aspects of Archangel Haniel is insight and foresight, right? So even, there are some things to do with past lives. There's a sense of completion about them. There may have been situations financially, career-wise, in relationships or with home and family life and so on. And even with our personal feelings or fears, right? And sometimes they can have links to our past lives. And there's a strong sense of past lives stuff having their completion date or being completed, regardless of whether you think something has been completed. Sometimes, for instance, we may meet someone, have a friendship with them very briefly, and then they're gone, and we learnt something, and that may not feel like something's been completed, but past lives-wise, it feels like there's been a completion. Even with some goals, like they may have past life links, or something about them had past life links, right? And maybe the goals weren't completed the way you wanted, but what I'm hearing is that there's past lives links to them, and they've been successfully completed. And the other thing too is with this completion and the sense that Sagittarians are back on the road again, or are being advised to get back on the road again. It's like whatever goals or dreams you've had that you've been going after, or may not have been going after, there's this sense of getting back on the road, going after your dreams or visions and goals and so on. And this time it just seems very serious. It seems like more serious, more grounded about them. Perhaps some of your goals may have felt like they were castles in the sky, and you may have thought that you couldn't have gone for them, or maybe you did go for them but they felt unreachable. And there's this getting back on the road again. It feels as if you can still go for these goals that may seem like castles in the sky, and you're going with them much more grounded and much more serious. So to me that's quite positive, right? So let's get on to your reading, Sagittarius. Okay, so the first card we have here is the Four of Fire. Now, all I'm hearing is you are ready, Sagittarius. So, and I'm hearing that Willie Nelson song, I'll leave a link down below. It's on the road again, right? And it's a very nice song, a nice, good feeling about it, right? And so this card is saying, Sagittarians, you are ready to get back on the road again. Some things are completed, some things that have to do with past lives too, or have a connection to past lives for you, have also been connected. And it doesn't always have to be like people. It can be situations, it can even be thoughts and feelings and patterns and so on, as well as people. And it doesn't always mean that people walk out of your life. It can be that a particular situation with a person has come to a completion, and I'm hearing a successful completion. You know, it's done, so to speak. And, you know, for others, it can be things to do with the home or, you know, some completions there in regards to home or family life. And, you know, you can get back on the road again. And the advice is about getting back on the road again because you are ready. So it's quite a nice card. Now, this card here is the King of Air. And this card represents the aim of the month, right? It says brilliant, impartial, professional and diplomatic. Speak your mind with confidence. Seek out professional advice. Balance, mental and emotional considerations. And I feel that balance, mental and emotional considerations is what's standing out in a really positive light. So, you know, as I was saying at the beginning of the reading, you know, this card is about not going backwards. You know, sometimes things are completed, and once it's completed, we get on the road and go forward. And that's the message of this card. It's about the aim of the month is not to go backwards, but to get on the road. And you know, part of that Willie Nelson song is on the road again. I just can't wait to get back on the road again. And the other lyrics that I'm hearing is so I can make music with my friends, right? So I guess you can think of music, you know, you can think of it too as life. You know, sometimes they say music is life or life is music, you know. So it's a really nice card. The aim is about going forward, not going backwards when something is completed, or not returning to something that's completed, but to get on that road again and to have that feeling of, you know, you just can't wait to get back on the road again where you can make music with your friends or make the music in your life, right? In whatever area that is, it may be career, projects, relationships, finances, and so on. You know, there's also that message again coming up about, you know, your dreams and wishes. Some of them may have felt like castles in the sky, but you know, you can head towards them. You can go towards them, and you're much more grounded about it now. You can be much more serious about it now. So that's a really nice card. The next card is the Four of Water. This card states missing an opportunity, discontentment or boredom, and open your eyes to the possibilities. You know, and what's resonating is that missing an opportunity sentence on this card. And what I'm hearing is, you know, nope, you haven't really missed any opportunities. It's got you here, wherever you are right now in your life, successfully. And I'm hearing that you have actually been dealing with some past life stuff. So now you can get back on the road. So, you know, I don't know if some of you feel like you've missed an opportunity in some area of your life. You know, this card is saying that, or the message is coming through, is that you haven't missed an opportunity. And I guess that's because, you know, opportunities can come back around, maybe in a different way. And yeah, so that's just seeing if there's anything else. This is the subconscious card, by the way. What's going on in the subconscious? So perhaps you feel you've missed an opportunity, or perhaps your subconscious is like, actually, I haven't missed an opportunity and I can get back on the road again, right? Or you may be having some thoughts or feelings that, or nudges, it's time to get back on the road again. And I feel Archangel Haniel around for you Sagittarians, right? Again, Haniel is about insight. An aspect of Haniel is about insight, foresight, right? Especially in regards to past life stuff. So some things that you may have been having experiences with that have been completed successfully, I'm hearing. You know, there may have been some insight and foresight about it, some groundedness, some seriousness coming about now in regards to moving forward and going after some of those goals that you have. Okay, so the next card we have, Sagittarius, is the King of Earth, and this is your near future card. This card states generous, professional, responsible and practical. A successful time, confidently accept opportunities you're offered, and the Midas touch. And you know, This has links with the block card, which is the moon, which is about releasing fears, and one way of doing that is by being excited and about being back on the road again, right? And sometimes we release fears by when we get back on the road, so to speak. So in the near future, the next 3 months, so to speak, particularly the next 2 months, you know, there's this sense of releasing fears. There's this sense of building your garden, Sagittarians, whatever the garden represents for you. Perhaps it's home life, a home, career, relationships, romantic relationships, finances, projects, and so on. And, you know, there's this, I keep hearing offers. So, and they're emotionally linked offers, so they feel very good. And, you know, it does state on here, confidently accept opportunities you're offered, and I feel that is the message of this card. And these offers, or emotional offers that you can confidently accept, come about because you're back on the road again. So, yeah, that's the message of that card. It feels very nice. And, you know, for some of you as well, you may have an inkling or know or notice that there is this past life stuff going on for you in some area of your life, or various areas of your life. And so, you know, there is this sense of, you know, psychic ability, especially if you have this kind of inkling or knowing that somehow there's some past life connections. You know, that in itself is psychic ability. So that's another message that's coming up as well. But again, this past life, because it's coming up so strongly, it really, you know, it could be spiritually things, past life-wise as well, that have been successfully completed. And, you know, and romance as well. You know, you may have had a romantic relationship that may have hindered you in some way. But you know what? I'm hearing again that has been successfully completed. It now allows you to get back on the road again. That sort of thing, right? So past life stuff and them being successfully completed is coming up so strong. And sometimes it's so that we can get back on the road again. The next card we have is the 5 of Air. And I'm hearing this is the environment. You know, so the environment is the people, energy, circumstances, you know, the world outside you that influences you or has an impact on you and your world. This is usually thought of as a communication card, and because there's so, you know, there's a group of horses here, right? And so this can have to do with past life as well. You know, I feel that you know, Sagittarians in this group, right? You know, it's like you're this horse here, and so if there have been any conflicts or not even conflicts, just some difficulties or some hindrances that you've come across, you know, it's as if you've stopped for a moment to think or to have foresight. And for some of you Sagittarians, you know, I'm being drawn to review everyone's motives. And so, you know, it's as if this little brown horse here, which I feel represents you Sagittarians, you may have been like in a situation, perhaps some communication difficulties, or just very, very busy, right? And then it's like you stopped and you took stock and you kind of like reviewed motives, you know, not just other people's motives, but perhaps your own motives. But I am hearing more solidly other people's motives, and that you've also been advised to, in regards to your environment, how it's impacting on you, to review other people's motives. Not to say that it's a bad thing, but you know, having motives, like we all have motives, we all have goals, desires and needs that we want met, and you know, so it's not about judging, but there is this sense of taking stock and being aware of your own motives, or more so other people's motives, okay? And know also that it's not about going backwards, it's not about going back to a situation that has been completed. Again, I'm hearing successfully. Even if you don't think it's been completed, even if you think something is uncompleted, sometimes something uncompleted is actually at that moment completed successfully. You know, I'm hearing that as well, and so that, you know, you can get back on that road again and start making music in an area of your life. Perhaps it's career, perhaps it's with romance or relationships or projects and so on. You know, so again, I guess with the moon card, which is that block, which is about letting go, this card is also about the environment, is that sometimes when you get back on the road again, it's because you can let go, you can release fears, and you can let go of things that have been successfully completed in one way or another, so that now you can start making music again, right? The next card is the Three of Earth. This card is represents your past. It states the power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work, be a team player. And I'm hearing repairs. So in the past, you know, Sagittarians, you may have been trying to get back on the road again, or you know, something like that, but things may have felt like they were castles in the sky, pie in the sky. But you know, I am hearing repairs. So like perhaps there was situations where there were repairs going on in relationships, repairs within yourself, repairs with others, repairs with your home or career, or balancing things out in your life, and repairs with past lives stuff coming up as well, which can be also spiritual things as well, but more so it's connections that you've had with people, and some situations where you may have felt hindered or learned more about yourself, you know, that past life stuff. I guess you could think of it, no, it's not karma, it's just past life stuff, right? And they have been successfully completed. And so yeah, there's just a sense of repairs going on. The next card, and again that was in the past, right? So this card represents your advice for the month of July and August. I'm hearing it is the Three of Fire. This card states abundance. Things look very good. Have patience at this time and make long-term plans. And I guess so, because you're back on the road again, right, Sagittarius? You're excited to make music in your career or with projects or with relationships. You know you've successfully completed things, right? And situations and so on. You know, I'm hearing that things are looking up for you, Sagittarians. You know, the brighter side of life, and I'm hearing that, you know, a part of abundance is being able to feel that things are looking up for you. Yeah, so that's the message. And you know, we have a dragon. You know, every time I see these cards with the dragons in them, you know, you can think of them as one of the aspects of them is that they are mirrors. So isn't that nice that this dragon mirrors back to you the sense of, you know, getting back on the road again, being excited to make music in your life, and generally feeling like things are looking up for you. So that's the advice, is to know that a part of abundance is being at a point where you see the brighter side of life, you feel things are looking up for you, or you know things can look up for you. And you know, it kind of goes with your vibration, right, for 2015. Your vibration for this year that helps you with abundance. And again, in those videos I explained that abundance can show in many forms. One of them was about detoxing, which is different to letting go. And the other thing too was, for Sagittarians, it was like part of the abundance for you was about noticing all the small things in your life that make your world a better place, or something like that, right? It was that theme of abundance. And so, as you get back on the road again, or how do you attain that abundance or have that abundance of noticing all the small things in your world that make your place a better place, a beautiful world, is about getting back on the road again. And I guess if you're having this sense of things are looking up for you and that you're sensing the brighter side of life, then it's kind of like you're attaining that abundance, or you can attain that abundance of all the small things in your world that make your place a beautiful world. So that's a really nice card. Okay, so we have the Knight of Air. This is your Hopes and Fears card. The Fears card. Yeah, the Hopes and Fears card. It states intelligent, decisive, idealistic, and tireless. And the statement is, events that occur with great speed, take time to carefully review your options and creative solutions. When I look at this card, it feels very, there's a bit of mysticalness about it. And I guess there would be with this past life stuff coming up for you, Sagittarians. There's this sense of, perhaps your fear is that you need to tread lightly, that you have to be careful as you move forward. And your hopes are that things can look up for you, that things will look up for you, But when I think about your other cards that have come up, and I think about your vibration, don't go backwards. Go forward. Know that things are completed, even if they seem to you uncompleted. Sometimes they are successfully completed, and it's a time not to go back to an old situation, that sort of stuff, but to move forward. And it's a mystical time. It's a mystical time, and sometimes, it states on this card creative solutions, and sometimes creative solutions are mystical, or can be thought of as mystical, or more so, that creative solutions can be about not going backwards, but going forwards, about getting back on the road again. There's this energy about you Sagittarians that is all about getting you to be excited, to know that things have been completed, and because they're completed, you can get excited now, or to be excited, and so that you can get back on the road again and start making music. The next card we have that also represents your hopes and fears is the Seven of Water. Now this card states a complex decision, the need to do research and stop procrastinating. And I feel this has a more emotional link to it with the hopes and fears for you. So, with this card, there's a sense of your hopes is that an opportunity comes. I'm being drawn back to the Four of Water, right, where there was a sense of perhaps there was a missed opportunity, and the guidance in regards to that was really you haven't missed any opportunities, more so that things have been successfully completed, including past life stuff. So with the Seven of Water, there's this sense of wanting an opportunity, and perhaps an opportunity that you feel that you've missed. The other message with this card is that you can go after your dreams, you can go after your visions and goals, and not to say that you haven't already, but it just feels like there's more groundedness, more seriousness to it. It's as if because of things that have been successfully completed in the past, you're a bit more wiser, a bit more serious, a bit more grounded. There's a really nice feeling to this card. It's like you can get back on the road again and continue going after your goals and visions, and much more grounded now. And as you are back on that road, they don't seem so far away as well. Just see if there's anything else coming up with this card. No, I think that's it. So let's move on to the next card. This is the outcome card. It is the Queen of Earth. It states, thoughtful, creative, warm and sensible. Make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach. Deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. I'm going to pull out one more card. Okay, we have another Earth card. It is the Nine of Earth. This card states, enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, and successful self-employment. I feel because I've pulled out the two cards for you, they're both Earth cards, which is quite nice. There's a sense for Sagittarians, there are two ways you can go. And I have to say that for some of you, if you felt like a romance was difficult in the past, it's like you can get back on the road again, right? And it's not to say that that romance gets rekindled, but perhaps it hindered you getting back into a romance with new romance or something. So it's a sense of, you can get back on the road again. Also can mean taking the other path, another path. Okay. One of the things that says on this card, Sagittarius, that I'm being drawn to is about, it says, deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. And I feel, this is in regards to you, Sagittarians. So, it's about remembering to be kind and understanding towards yourself. Sometimes we can treat others better in particular situations than we would ourselves, right? So this is a reminder that, to do that, to be kind and understanding to yourself. And because it's the outcome card, or one of the outcome cards, it's also saying that if you're doing this releasing and letting go, which was your block card, it was about letting go and getting back on the road again, that when you're doing this releasing, it also, because it's the outcome card, showing that either what I've already said, that it's a reminder to be kind and understanding towards yourself, or that you are doing this, you are being kind and understanding towards yourself. Now, with the Nine of Earths, it states on it, enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, and successful self-employment. So I feel that, the outcome for some of you, because you're back on that road again, you're getting back on track sort of thing, you're still going after your goals and dreams and visions, but there's this sense of being quite grounded about it, very serious about it, and perhaps that leads to successful self-employment for some of you. Now, enjoying life's little luxuries, right? Because again, your vibration for the year, it's all about noticing the little things in your world that make your place a wonderful world, right? And so I'm being really drawn to that. And so, for this outcome, for some of you, you may feel like it's difficult to get some quiet time alone. You may feel that it's difficult to notice the little things and to enjoy the little luxuries. So the outcome is stating that it's that reminder to do that. You may have experiences that gets you to see and notice the little things that make your world a better place, or you are doing that. Sometimes when you get back on the road again, you start to, I guess, appreciate all the little things that make your world a beautiful place, because there are so many little things that take place on a daily basis that we can miss, right? And when we choose to start to notice, or to say to ourselves, each day I'm going to notice 1 to 3 things, little things, that made my place or my world better, even if they're little things, right? So there's that kind of an outcome showing up for you. So perhaps this is you needing to notice and appreciate all the little things in your world, or that you are noticing the little things in your world that make it a much better place or a wonderful place to be in. You know, and I guess too that when you're noticing all the little things and you're being appreciative of it, because I guess the more you notice the little things, the more appreciative you are, and the more your feelings and thinkings change, right? You start to feel more uplifted. You start to have that the thoughts of things are looking up, or things can look up, because you're always noticing the little things. So I hope that makes sense. You know, I'm being reminded of a thing that happened a little while ago. So usually I'm driving on the motorway, and as I was exiting the motorway and at the traffic lights, there was a window washer there, you know, the windscreen washers, and I said no. You know, I nodded my head no when he looked at my car to come and clean my window, and I shook my head no because I didn't have any coins on me, because I usually use my card, and he came and cleaned the windows anyway. I didn't actually realise that my windows were actually pretty dirty, because when he cleaned it and I drove away, I noticed. I was like, wow, my windscreen was actually pretty dirty. You know, other times window washers have cleaned my window and I haven't really noticed a difference because my windscreen wasn't really that dirty. But in this instance, I hadn't noticed that my windscreen was quite dirty until it had been cleaned, right? And I did feel a bit thingy about, well, you know, I didn't have any coins to give him. But what happened was, as I was driving away, I remembered, actually, I did have some coins in my purse, right? So when I went and got some cash out, I actually specifically got cash out so I could go and get take it to a shop and get some coins for parking. So you know, I made the point that if I saw this person again, I would give him those coins. And you know, the very next day, the same spot, he was there. He didn't come to my car this time, so I had to actually get his attention so I could give him some coins, right? Gold coins, you know, like dollar coins. And so, you know, what I'm trying to say is, well, you know, it made me feel good, and I was really appreciative, and I noticed this little thing. So that's just an example. So, and I guess you make someone else's day as well, but it's more about noticing the little things and then appreciating them. So I feel, you know, that's a small example to give you, and I feel that's your outcome, Sagittarians, that you're either starting to notice all the little things because you're back on the road again, or getting back on track, right, helps you to notice all the little things, or to take some time to purposely allow yourself to notice 1 to 3 things on a daily basis that makes your world a better place, okay? And that helps to inspire you. It helps you to get back on the road again, not go backwards, and it helps you to think and feel, see or know that things can always look up for you. So thank you, Sagittarians. I hope this reading is helpful for you in July. If you would like a personal one-on-one reading for yourself, where we take a look at the questions that you have, or if you, and get some answers for you, right? Or if you have a pet and would like a reading for your pet, I'm an animal pet communicator, and yeah, it's kind of like Dr. Dolittle, isn't it? You know, I talk with the animals. I can do an animal communication reading for you as well. Perhaps there's some things about your pet you'd like to know. some of the things I've done in the past with animal communication, or more of the usual stuff, I mean. Well, no, not the usual stuff, but the popular things, is that usually new pets, right? A person gets a new pet and would like to know some past or the history of the animal, especially if there's some problems when they have this new pet in their home. You know, the pet has may have some aggression or something like that, or doesn't get along with other pets. A common one is things like pooping or destructive behaviour, that sort of thing. Doing a reading about that, and speaking with the pet about that, or communicating with the pet about that, and finding out what's going on, and you know, that sort of stuff. Sometimes it's healing, if an animal is ill, or sometimes deceased animals as well, and sometimes it's the connection. So you may want to know, what is the connection, because you know, a lot of times animals come into our life at a certain time for a reason. Well, and what I mean by for a reason is because they have some lessons, or we can learn lessons through them. They help us with something, you know. Perhaps it's to bond with others. Perhaps it's to take self-care, right? So when you're caring for an animal, perhaps the lesson at that time for you is about caring for yourself as well. That sort of thing. Perhaps it's about bringing balance into your life. So there's all sorts of things like that. That's just to give you some ideas of the kind of readings I do for people in regards to their animals. You know, I'll leave the links down below of how you can contact me. Also, I'm being reminded some of the other readings too with animals is that if people are going away for a holiday or for work reasons, and they want their animal to know what's going on and that they'll be back. So I get readings for that as well. And okay, so how you can contact me if you'd like a reading for yourself or your animal is you can either email me at maryintuitive@outlook.com, or you can private message me at my Facebook page to find out more details about that, and my prices are pretty reasonable. I'll leave the links down below, and also the link to that song, On the Road Again by Willie Nelson. In particular, the lyrics that were standing out for you Sagittarians was On the Road Again. I just can't wait to get back on the road again, and so I can make music with my friends. Okay, so enjoy your month, Sagittarians, and I'll see you next month.